Those all work.
Hello, I have an announcement.
They work?
I have an announcement. There has been an update to the warning. Please get to each station. And we will start the press conference after I finish passing this out. All right, ready? And you may enter and set up for the press conference, which will begin exactly at 9. Enter.
We gotta take it in there ASAP.
Alright. Use wireless. We'll just have to use the.
We will be beginning the press conference at exactly 9 a.m. Okay. Testing.
Check.
Testing. Audio will be from here at the podium. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the press. We will start the press conference right now, and we have our experts here ready to answer all your questions, and we'll have them introduce themselves to you on the podium. Thank you very much for joining us.
Aloha and good morning. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Charles Anthony. I'm the manager for the Joint Information Center here at the Emergency Operations Center. I'm going to introduce Governor Moore in just a moment. He's here with some of his cabinet members, as well as some of the other state and federal agencies that are here helping us in this particular time of emergency. We have representatives from Coast Guard, other federal agencies with us here as well. We're going to have the governor first make a statement. He will then in turn introduce his emergency manager, and then after every subject matter expert is able to make their statements, we'll open it up for questions. So at this particular time, I'd like to introduce Governor Moore. Sir.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Anthony. Aloha. As you know, we have a serious situation involving the entire state with the approaching tsunami. I've gathered here today a team of my experts to explain the situation and to describe how everyone can remain safe. There is no reason for anyone to be hurt in the tsunami as long as you listen to the experts and follow their advice. My staff are following all developments, and I would encourage you to simply stay calm and follow the instructions of these experts, and I'll turn it over to them right now. Mr. Richards.
Thank you, Governor. I'm actually Director of Civil Defense here in the state, and I wanted to give you a reassurance to the public that we are doing everything we can to prepare for this. Currently, my EOC is open. We are now staffing it up with all our liaison people as well as the staff. We're prepared to do what we have to do. The governor has put out a proclamation, I understand, and we are now acting on that. We are looking at the resources that are available to us, putting them in the status of readiness, and then we're also surveying all our critical infrastructure to ensure that we're doing everything that we possibly can to ensure the safety of the public. Thank you. I'm going to introduce you now to Dr. Gerard Fryer, PTWC, for the science issues.
Thank you, Kevin. I'm Gerard Fryer, Director of the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center. For us, this was a no-brainer. This is a very large earthquake in an area that has the potential to send exceptionally large tsunamis towards Hawaii. And this picture just shows a simulation of how big the tsunami is on the deep ocean. The Hawaiian Islands are down on the bottom here. So you can see that it's almost pointed right at us. We have the first wave of this tsunami will hit the north shore of Kauai at about 12:13. So several hours from now, but only several hours from now. We know that time pretty darn accurately. It will be within a few minutes of that. Our quick and dirty calculation, we think that the wave heights will be at their highest, over 30 feet. We are absolutely convinced that this tsunami is going to be at least as bad as the tsunami of 1946. And we have recommended to the state that they go to the extreme evacuation zone. So this is not just an ordinary evacuation, it's the extreme. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Dr. Bonnie Brown. I'm representing the Public Affairs Office of Hawaii Civil Defense. So I've put up here an example of our tsunami evacuation maps. They're available for all coastal areas of the Hawaiian Islands. So these are a few things that Civil Defense is asking all members of the public to do for their safety. First, do not approach the shore to observe the tsunami. The ocean may recede before the waves arrive, and that is a sign of imminent danger. Remain at least 100 feet away from inland waterways and marinas. If you live in a tsunami evacuation zone, which is shaded red on the map, you should evacuate immediately. You should evacuate to higher ground. If you do not have transportation, look for a public bus. When evacuating, we ask that the public not stop for gas or supplies. This will congest traffic. Just go immediately to higher ground until the danger passes. If you're not in an evacuation zone, if you're in a green zone on the map, please stay put and do not add to traffic congestion. Mariners should follow all directions from the captain of the port and should remove their vessel to waters at least 50 fathoms deep and at least 2 miles from the harbor entrance if possible. And we thank them for their cooperation.
Hello, I'm Denise Conan. I am the director of DBED. And at this time, our focus is on the safety and well-being of our visitors to the islands. We are deploying agents, multilingual agents to all beaches, parks, and the hotels to alert visitors to the situation and to assist them with evacuation. We are also tracking the airports and harbors for closure activities there. Again, we are also at DBED tracking the short-term and long-term impacts on infrastructure and on economic realities that this disaster will pose. Thank you.
We're going to open it up to questions now, so I'd like to have the governor and our subject matter experts come on up here. Please ask questions one at a time and let us know which individual or agency it is that you're directing to your question. If it is a question that may be better answered by a different agency, we'll just have the subject matter expert chime in. Please go ahead. Questions? Yes.
Can you please describe the unusual wave activity in the Dutch islands?
We just had reports. We understand that there may be some video. You're talking about Dutch Harbor, right? Yeah. Apparently there was flooding, and for flooding to occur in Dutch Harbor, which is on the backside of the Aleutians on the Bering Sea side, that means unquestionably that there is something big headed towards us.
We'll take a couple more questions, and then I believe the governor has got to attend a video teleconference with the mayor and the EOC. So, your question here? Yes.
I know Dr. Brown said that we should not stop for supplies or anything so as to alleviate congestion. But for those who are visiting Hawaii or maybe don't have family in the safe zones, will there be supplies, supplied to them in these refuge points?
The refuge points are not supplied, and they may not be staffed by emergency personnel at this time. They're simply reference points for people to know where they can safely go. We don't expect a sheltering situation at the refuge points. Hopefully only a few hours will have to be spent there until the danger is past. And then once the damage is assessed and the all clear is given, if there are sheltering needs, then the state and the counties will activate shelters with supplies.
We have time for one more question here.
For civil defense, will the sirens be sounding until the point of the time of arrival?
The first sirens you hear will be 3 hours out. I believe it's 9:13. That'll be a statewide siren. And then each island, based on the arrival wave for their island, will adjust a little bit. So obviously Kauai will sound the second one, and then Oahu and so on down the line. So the sirens will sound 3 times, that you'll hear them every hour on the hour as it arrives. The last one, the 4th one, is an all clearing siren. Half an hour before the event impacts, we take all the police and all the buses and everybody out of the zone. That's what it stands for.
Ladies and gentlemen, we really appreciate your cooperation on this. We need to wrap this up right now. We've got a number of different meetings that our subject matter experts have to attend to, and we've got quite a bit of coordination, but we'll let you know as soon as we have the next news conference scheduled. Thanks very much.
How are you today?
Very good.
What can we expect, and what do you want the people to know, first of all?
Well, this is something larger than we've ever had in recorded history and what we've done.
Oh, okay. You guys like?
Yeah, no, we're just doing this script.
Totally already finished drafting.
Alright, so what we're gonna do now is
living all across the island. Do you think those domes will suffice as a high ground for them?
We've had experience with this before, actually.
As an infrastructure, you don't need to worry about that right now. What you need to worry about is evacuating into higher ground.
This is an NBC special report.
Ready?
Yep.
Queued up? Okay, teleprompter ready.
Set.
Talent ready?
Ready.
Okay, camera ready?
Yes.
Okay, count it.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
This is an NBC special report. A tsunami warning is in effect for the state of Hawaii following an earthquake off the Alaskan coast. The earthquake was a 9.0 magnitude and the epicenter was located off the Aleutian Islands. The estimated time of the first arrival of the wave is expected to hit at 12:13 p.m. and officials are urging anyone near the coastline to head to higher ground now. They expect it to be, quote, at least as bad as the 1946 tsunami that hit the islands. Civil defense shelters have been opened and will continue to follow this breaking situation on air and online at NBCNewsHawaii.com.
Here we go, stand by. Teleprompter ready?
Ready.
Okay, talent ready?
Ready.
Camera ready? Ready. Okay, count it. Let's go, countdown, 5. 5.
We interrupt your daily programming with breaking news. A tsunami watch has been issued for the state from the Pacific Warning Center as an earthquake has occurred in the Aleutian Islands off the Alaskan coast. The estimated arrival of the first wave will be at 12:13 p.m. Hawaii time. Sirens will begin sounding at 9:13 a.m. The island of Kauai will be hit first, then continue to others in the chain. Waves will impact the North Shores first, with waves higher than 30 feet, then wrap around to the south. Governor Moore has put out an emergency proclamation and has stated the state is well prepared for the tsunami. The Honolulu International Airport has closed and airline operations personnel are closely monitoring the situation. The tsunami after effects will continue for 10 to 12 hours depending on how the tsunami develops. Evacuations have been ordered on all islands to higher grounds to refuge zones. For developing news and more information, check into county and state websites. Wireless broadcasts will be in different languages. Christina Yen, PBS News.
Okay.
Ready in 5, 4, 3, 2.
We interrupt this broadcast for exclusive breaking news. We just received news from the Pacific Warning Center that a tsunami warning has been issued for the Hawaiian Islands. Generated by an earthquake that occurred off the coast of Alaska, the tsunami could create waves up to 30 feet. Experts say that the tsunami will have at least the same impact as the 1946 tsunami that hit Hilo and took the lives of nearly 160 people. Residents can expect the tsunami to hit land at 12:13 p.m. and are encouraged to vacate coastal areas and move to higher ground. Governor Moore stated that we have plenty of time to prepare.
ready. We're live in 5, 4, 3, 2.
A tsunami warning is in effect across the entire state of Hawaii. The tsunami originated from a magnitude 9 earthquake off of the Aleutian Islands today. The first waves are estimated to hit the island of Kauai at 12:13 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. We can expect 30 feet waves, with the biggest impact happening on the north shores. Officials urge residents to evacuate immediately to the extreme safe zones. Dr. Bonnie Brown, Director of Public Affairs, said, "We can't stress this enough. Do not wait to see a wave. By then, it'll be too late." For CBS News, I'm Christy Thomas Show.